Hello guys and welcome back to the channel. Now you may be looking at my neck and thinking, what is with the massive pair of headphones? Marty never wore those headphones? I know. Do you know what? I haven't got a little pair of the, the little Casio ones. I don't own them, unfortunately. I wish I did, but I don't. Today, as of recording, it is currently Back to the Future Day. So if you are watching this, then happy Back to the Future Day if you're watching it on the specific day. If you're not, then I hope you have an amazing day anyway. And yeah, we're watching the big film today, the big first film they brought out in 1985. Robert Zemeckis and Bob Gale got together with Steven Spielberg and made this incredible movie. And it was the start of a massive franchise of a trilogy. I love it with all my heart. Just got such a passion for this and for everything that goes along with it. But I've also got a little badge of a DeLorean on me. There are so many things I love about it, not just the fashion sense of the 80s, but the car as well. I love the I would really like you to join me in making a cup of tea or a coffee. I normally have a coffee, but I am currently filming this quite late. And yes, this is a caffeinated tea. It's meant to be a decaf tea, but I went for the wrong thing. Anyway, without further ado, let's get into watching Back to the Future. By the way, Robert Zemeckis is a genius. Michael J. Fox is just in this film. If you haven't seen it already, the musical is amazing.
Rumor that a case of missing plutonium was in fact stolen from their vault 2 weeks ago.
I just love this film so much. How crazy is it that he's got all of this set up, and how dangerous is that? It's such a fire hazard. Marty!
Hello, anybody home?
I feel like this is going to be a bit loud. I didn't check this because this is very, very loud in my ears. It's so loud! Okay, it's a little bit loud. I'm leaving it as is.
Marty, is that you? Hey, Doc! Where are you?
Can you meet me at Twin Pines Mall tonight at 1:50?
It reminds me of my granddad's house, which is ironic.
They're all exactly 25 minutes slow.
Oh, and also, my favourite band is Huey Lewis and the News. I know.
8:25?
Not because of this film.
Damn! I'm late for school!
I love Huey Lewis and the News, everything about them. Their albums, the 4 album is absolutely phenomenal. Also, I love the little attention to detail that it's now a fitness place. It was a cafe, and then it was called Cafe 80s, but yet in the 80s, it wasn't a cafe. Jennifer!
I might understand you're still hanging around with Dr. Emmett Brown McFly.
Also, fun fact, the little pins he's got, I have those.
No McFly ever amounted to anything in the history of Hill Valley.
Yeah, well, history is gonna change.
Huey Lewis.
I'm afraid you're just too darn loud. Next, please.
I love that.
Future,
I just don't think I can take that kind of
rejection.
rejection.
She's just trying to keep you respectable.
Do we ever see her back in 1955? I don't think we do we? Oh god, I've just noticed the sign on the cinema behind him. What?
Blind spot before when I would drive it. Hi, son.
Hi, son. To Marty's shirt there as well. Should have worn that.
Well, I
with
haven't
it.
finished those up yet, but you know, I figured since they
Hello.
were due till... Hello, anybody home?
I have every line of this film in my head at all times. His laugh is like Jimmy Carr? Is it Jimmy Carr? I love everything about this film, just the little mannerisms, the styling.
God damn it. I'm late.
David!
I love the way she goes, like the way I met your father.
See you later, Pop.
Woo! Come on, time to change that oil.
By the way, in the musical, this scene is superb.
Chasing boys. When I was your age, I never chased a boy or called a boy or sat in a parked car with a boy. Like the way I met your father.
It's also hilarious how they make it seem so normal to be a peeping Tom, as they called it.
I understand what Dad was doing in the middle of the street.
What was it, George? Bird watching?
What, Lori?
Go with him to the fish under the sea dance.
No.
I was going to spend the rest of my life with him.
Still love that. Twin Pines Mall. The DeLorean! It's the cut off of music and it...
I'm Dr. Emmett Brown. I'm standing on the parking lot at Twin Pines Mall.
Come on, stand next to me.
88 miles per...
Where the hell are they?
The appropriate question is, when the hell are they?
Fun fact, if you've seen The Umbrella Academy, the one where they go back to, is it 1960 something, where with the assassination of President Kennedy, I think, when they come out of the alleyway, they say that line.
You telling me that you built a time machine? Kind of a DeLorean?
This readout tells you where you're going. This one tells you where you are. This one tells you where you were. Yes, of course. November 5th, 1955. This is what makes time travel possible. The flux capacitor. Old man Peabody owned all of this. He had this crazy idea about breeding pine trees.
It's that mad expression.
But I need a nuclear reaction to generate the 1.21 gigawatts of electricity.
Get that off.
I've always dreamed of seeing the future looking...
You can tell the relationship between those two and how much they're just such good friends.
What do you think?
Look at the gun he has. Love it. You can tell that he loves the Wild West from the gun. I absolutely adore Alan Silvestri's score on this film and on this whole trilogy. Come on. Looks like an airplane. His housing estate doesn't exist. Michael J. Fox was filming this at the same time as he filmed the other TV show he was filming at the time. And he would film the other show in the day and then Back to the Future at night. It's another thing I love about Back to the Future is it just highlights how gorgeous everything was back then, both in the 80s and in the 50s. And vinyl, I love vinyl. I've got a whole vinyl collection. The town square was used in the first ever episode of The Twilight Zone. It was used for the town that's shown in Gremlins.
Give me a tab.
Tab? I can't give you a tab unless you order something.
All right, give me a Pepsi free.
Oh, McFly, your shoes are tied.
Notice the little parallels between his dad from the early scene and then similar conversation. It's Mayor Goldie Wilson.
And one day I'm gonna be somebody. That's right, he's gonna be mayor. Mayor.
See, Peeping Tom. Technically, Marty's looking at his mum undressing there as well. I love this scene as well.
Just relax.
The way they do this in this film and the next one and the next one.
You're safe and sound now, back in good old 1955.
1955.
The chemistry between these two as well
Do you mind if I sit here?
was incredible.
Well, Marty, I hope you like meatloaf.
You know, that's one food I've never had. Meatloaf.
That's John F. Kennedy Drive.
Who the hell is John F. Kennedy?
And he can sleep in my room.
Yeah, of course. You know, the parents don't think anything's weird about that. I still think now, to this day, right, if they were ever to... They should never, ever remake it. And I'm probably dooming this by posting this on the internet, mentioning this, but if they were to ever do it, ever, someone who would play an incredible Lorraine, I think, from the looks, because she's related to her, is Leah Thompson's daughter. I think it's Zoe. Or...
Donations. You want me to make a donation?
Doc. I'm from the future.
Do you know what this means? Means that this damn thing doesn't work.
This film, the music, the atmosphere.
1.21. To generate the 1.21 gigawatts of electricity. 1.21 gigawatts!
I love the way it's almost hiding anybody else.
Tom, how am I going to generate that kind of power?
Love this.
It can't be done. Can't. We're sending you back to the future. Anything you do could have serious repercussions on future.
He's already done that.
Erased from existence.
Wait a minute, Doc. Are you trying to tell me that my mother has got the hots for me?
Precisely.
Whoa, this is heavy.
There's that word again. Why are things so heavy in the future? Is there a problem with the Earth's gravitational pull?
I'm just not ready to ask Lorraine out to the dance, or anybody else on this planet is going to make me change my mind.
Not from this planet, I hear you. Also, fun fact, this tape says Edward Van Halen, because when they were filming it, Van Halen themselves didn't give them permission to use the music or to use any of their music. So what you hear is actually Eddie Van Halen recording for I think it was a soundtrack of some kind. If I can find it and if I remember to add it, I'll pop it down.
Give me a milk.
Chocolate. The amount of times they shot that as well.
I'm your density.
If you slow it down, you can see that the person who throws the punch in the end, when it actually hits Biff, isn't Michael J. Fox. Uh-oh, door.
I don't know, but I'm gonna find out.
Uh-oh. It's just kind of stalkery there. I don't know, but I'm gonna find out.
Oh, hi, Marty. I didn't hear you come in. Ready?
Ready? Need glasses on for it. Ready? Complete disaster. Absolutely amazing. Uh-oh. I still love that. It's ominous knocking at the door. Somebody's at the door.
Marty?
The fact that she flicks between the names because she doesn't know what to call him.
This is my doc. Yeah, uncle.
Marty, this may seem a little forward.
You walk up, you open the door, and you say, "You're lying, George."
I'm really gonna miss
I love this scene. You're probably just hearing me because I can't use the music. The cool moves of George there.
Not like I've never parked before.
What? Your mum says that. This is so well acted by these two.
This is all wrong.
Where's your keys? Hey, the keys are in the trunk.
Here he goes. Come on, George. Hey, you. Get your damn hands off.
I think you got the wrong car, McFly. How you gonna get it?
Such a nightmarish way of it being shot as well. Come on, George. Yes!
See, that's where they kiss for the first time on the dance floor. And if there's no music, they can't dance. If they can't dance, they can't kiss. If they can't kiss, they can't fall in love, and I'm history.
Oh, look. Rick Astley's cutting in.
But your kids are gonna love it.
Damn.
it's that look as well.
I only have more time.
He's got a time machine.
I got all the time I want. I got a time machine. Okay. Flux capacitor. Fluxing.
This film is just making me so glad that I create this channel. Come on! I mean, he's not got enough time there to pin stuff together. He would have been in that building already. Yeah, the cinema as well. I'll go back to the thing I was saying, but that cinema there, and I think a shop nearby, is in the Gremlins. Also, I love, because Back to the Future 2 has this shot here that then carries on, or this shot here, sorry, but extended. He was the one that ruined the Gremlins cinema. Hey, it's Brett. I think his name's Brett, from what I remember, but yeah, Brett. There he is. Notice there, Lone Pine Mall. He smashed down the pine tree. Oh, Doc. I just love the look on Marty's face when he realises as well.
Bulletproof vest. How did you know? I never got a chance to tell you. What about all that talk about screwing up future events?
What the hell?
Their little camaraderie, their friendship. Marty and Doc.
What the hell is this?
Need a rematch.
Oh, honey.
Did you hit your head? Now, Biff, don't
You know
tell
how much George has changed.
No.
That's what I've got on my t-shirt. Oh, Doc's back. I wonder if that is just a steel plate. Could Christopher Lloyd actually see through that?
Well, we're going, we don't need road.
Although, I'd be a little bit cautious if Doc can't see out of his glasses. So yeah, that's been one of my absolute favourites and that. Shall we go through some trivia together? Because I love it so much, and I think the first time I ever found out about Back to the Future was... yeah, it was just many years ago. And I remember watching it for the first time and absolutely fell in love with everything about it. I don't think there was one thing that I didn't like about the film. I'll give you some information that I've got about the films and about from all the stuff that I've researched in the past. The ending of the film was originally going to be that the whole point of the time travel device at first was going to be a fridge. Yeah, I know. The time travel device wasn't going to be a DeLorean, it was going to be a fridge, which ironically is funny because if it was a fridge, then when Bill and Ted was made, they could have used the van idea they had for the time travel device. But they didn't use the van idea because they thought, oh, it's too similar to the DeLorean being the time machine in Back to the Future. So that's why they didn't use it. Whereas if it was a fridge in this, it would have, worked. But so Steven Spielberg put the idea aside for the fridge. And you may think, well, I've seen that scene before somewhere. That the time machine was a laser device called a power converter that was housed in a refrigerator, which was then loaded onto a truck and driven into a nuclear blast. There you go, which wouldn't have made sense because if they drove it into a nuclear blast, they would have to have a nuclear blast on the other end for it to happen again, surely? Unless it was just activated by someone touching the device or activating the thing on the back and it still had the nuclear radiation. But surely then it would just nuke everyone in 1985. Maybe they would have done the idea as, or it's an alternate 1985 when they come back that's not been nuked. You've just killed everyone's families with a nuclear exploder, I don't know. Marty would have then been transported back in time by entering the fridge to shelter himself from the blast. Not unlike Indiana Jones in Kingdom of the Crystal Skull. That was it. Converting the time machine to a device powered by plutonium and housed within a DeLorean seemed to remove a lot of the extra steps, so that's why they went for it. Bill and Ted was going to use a van, but then they decided to go for a telephone box, which is hilarious. And even people have said since then that even though they didn't want to go for the car option because of Back to the Future, they then went for telephone box, which is the same idea as Doctor Who. So you'll be glad to know as well that the rights to the films and any sequels that were made and never will be made again are owned by Robert Zemeckis and Bob Gale. So they have said that in a 2015 interview that no reboot or remake of the films would be made or authorised during his or Gale's lifetime. So if they ever remake it, I do honestly think that Marty McFly, even though he's in everything under the sun, especially at the moment, it seems anyway, I do think Tom Holland would play a very good Marty McFly because we did see the deep fake of Tom Holland as Marty McFly and his voice is very similar to Michael J. Fox's as well. And I just have this feeling, I've said it to a few people now and they've said similar. I don't know who would play Doc. They could get Roger Bart to play him. He played it in the musical. He would be a great Doc Brown. He's got the mannerisms, the voice down there. It doesn't need to sound, they don't need to sound like the original actors, but it would be a great help. But yeah, then I also think to play Lorraine as well, they could get Leah Thompson's daughter, Zoe Dutch. But it's Zoe Dutch that I'm thinking of. She's got the same kind of look, because obviously she is her daughter. It's Dutch, DEUTCH. I do think I could see her alongside Tom Holland. So apparently the script was rejected 44 times until it was finally green-lit, which is immensely just incredible. Apparently a persistent myth, and I didn't know this until I read this, a persistent myth is that Michael J. Fox had to learn to skateboard for the film, but in fact he was a reasonably skilled skateboarder, having ridden throughout high school. However, Per Welinder acted as a skateboard double for the complex scenes. He also choreographed and coordinated the skateboarding action together with Robert Schmelzer. Tom Wilson almost had his collarbone broken in the scene where Marty and Biff are about to fight in the cafeteria, as Eric Stoltz roughed up Tom for real, take after take, despite repeated requests from Tom to tone down the aggression. Yeah, I did hear that apparently Eric Stoltz he didn't really quite get the character. Tom later said he was about to return the favour during filming of the car park scene outside of the dance, but Eric was fired before that confrontation took place. That's the thing I was trying to say, is that in the film we see Marty hit Biff, or Michael J. Fox hit Tom Wilson, but the shot that they use of the punch cuts to Eric Stoltz hitting Biff. In the diner scene with Marty and Biff, Marty trips Biff, leading to a confrontation where Marty ends up punching Biff in the face, while the lead up to the punch is clearly Michael J. Fox as Marty McFly, when the film is slowed down, it's clear that the person actually throwing the punch is Eric Stoltz himself. Since the punch primarily shows Biff's face, only the side of Marty's face can be seen in fast motion, and it's clearly not Michael J. Fox when you slow it down. But yeah, let me know what you think to this review / commentary of this film. I absolutely adore Back to the Future, as I've said like a billion times now, and you can tell me to be quiet in the comments if you like. Feel free to give this video a like and subscribe to the channel for more like this. Feel free if you do want to as well. You don't have to, but if you do want to see this review, you may already be doing it, but if you want to see this review in full, then head on over to the Patreon page and you can check out there the full-length versions. You will also get access to the videos even earlier than they see on the channel, so feel free to go and have a look at that. And you'll also get access to the polls as well, where you can vote for what you would like me to react to next time or in a near future video. I can't specifically say next time because I might have already made the next one, but by the time that goes out, but it'll be a very near one, if that makes sense. Or I'll just react to it and then get it up before the other ones I've already filmed. Either way, something similar to that will happen. I'm just starting out doing this, so there's a little bit of leeway in there because I'm not entirely sure how it's going to work out as yet. But I really hope you like it. Please let me know if you do like it. And at least in that way, if there's something that you aren't too keen on, then I am more than happy to not do it, or as much. Like for instance, me yabbering throughout the entire thing and spouting facts and trivia and stuff everywhere throughout the video. If you really aren't a massive fan of that, or if you prefer me not to do it and just mainly just watch the film, then fine, so be it. But I always like to, especially mainly with something I've seen already, and have these little bits of information. I think it's nice to be able to get it along with it. If you have something specific you would love to request from me reviewing or commentating on something, then, or just even getting a reaction from something, feel free. You can also sign up on Patreon to be able to request something too. But anyway guys, thank you so much for watching. This has been my first adventure, my first outing, and I wanted to start it with something that I absolutely adore. I will also be doing part 2 and part 3 at some point too, hopefully within this week, with it being Back to the Future Day, but we'll see how we go, because I've got Halloween coming up as well and I want to try and get some of those done as well, so I might just film a shed load of videos for you guys. And there's quite a few films for Halloween that I've not even seen yet. But yeah, have an absolutely wonderful day, and I'll speak to you very, very soon. Take care, stay safe, and yeah, you'll see me next time. One other thing is, if you do want to hear the commentary that I've done on this, but in maybe an audio form, maybe so you can listen to it on a headset whilst you're watching the film, or just in like a podcast form, let me know what kind of thing you'd love if you would like that, and I would happily either bring out a podcast of that or just an audio version of it. Thanks guys. Bye-bye.